This is not the view you want when navigating the Suez Canal. A giant container ship wedged from bank to bank, blocking one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
Black pillars, what's going on? Black pill red here. I'm actually going through some things right now, trying to find some stuff. Let y'all groove to that real quick while I search for something real quick. You wonder where I got that beat from. It's a nice little groove, ain't it? I need to give him some credit. Let me show y'all where I got this beat from. Let me get rid of this real quick. Give him some credit over here, because this dude here did his thing on that one. That was one of them. But it's actually about 4 or 5 songs on this one alone, royalty free. But I'm definitely cash apping him, and it's several songs on here. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Okay, that's the one I used. Okay, here's another one right here. I like this. This has that West Coast feel to it. That's that West Coast feel. And have this one, Alabama. Got a little funk to it. And I believe it's similar to the first one. This is more of like a remix to it. But anyway, back to reality. How's everyone doing? Let me go ahead and pause that. All right. How'd y'all like that ship opening? That was from The Day After Tomorrow. Hillary trying to move one of her barges right into the middle of New York. I could see her trying to pull that barge right in front of Trump Towers too, to be honest with you. If something like that did happen, she would try to pull it up right in front of, try to roll up on Trump in an evergreen container ship. What's in the containers there, Joe? I wonder if they're going to open that up. What's in the containers? We're all curious. The ship is so heavy that it's jammed in there. They said it was high winds. Now, this is the second time they've used high winds for an incident. The first time is when Bumbling Biden went up the, he fell going up the stairs. You fall up the stairs. I don't know how you do that, but anyway, he fell going up the stairs because of high winds. Okay, well, I believe I could have stood out there and fanned him with a fan, stronger than what the current was at the time. Anyway, it go. They say that this ship is so heavy that when it wedged itself because of the wind, it wedged itself in there. They actually have right here on this part, they have tractors and backhoes and cherry pickers and everything like that right in here to try to dig it out, to loosen it so that they can do it. Because they have to watch how they push it, because there's so much weight in aboard this ship to where any sudden weight would tip it over. Now that's the question. If the wind was that strong, how come they didn't blow the ship over? Because of, with it being top heavy from all the containers inside of it. The ship itself is stuck right here. Now you have ships here and, okay, my picture, it didn't get big enough. Well, they have ships here. This is the Red Sea. And then you have the Mediterranean, which is right up at the top up here. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'm sorry. You have this is the Red Sea right here, and then you have this is Africa on this side, and up here you have the Mediterranean and everything. I found a little video I thought was very interesting.
Ever since the day of its opening way back in 1869, the Suez Canal has proved to be one of the most vital passageways in the world for international trade. Prior to the canal's construction, a ship traveling from London to India would have to sail down all the way across the Atlantic Ocean before looping around Africa and then come all the way back up the Indian Ocean before finally arriving. Afterwards, a ship would only have to enter the Mediterranean, cut through the canal, and enter the Red Sea.
All right, right here. Now you actually have ships that are actually right here in this area, and you also have ships that are stopped here. And let me let this finish.
Or venturing across the Arabian Sea over to India, which saved a distance of 8,900 kilometers over the old route around Africa.
It's just something that small that can actually control oil. Now, if you let me see there. Oh, here's another video here.
Take Sudan and Italy, for example. With the canal open, ships could just travel a relatively short, direct distance between Port Sudan and Naples, right across Egypt. But with the canal being closed, trade ships would then have to travel the excessively long distance all the way down the Red Sea, Indian Ocean, the southern tip of Africa, up all the way across the Atlantic, through the Strait of Gibraltar, and then across the Mediterranean before finally making its way into port. And then repeat the entire process going back home again.
I found that video on YouTube. And in YouTube, it talks about the 8-year traffic jam is what it's called. It's on YouTube. And they're talking about, did I put it in here? No, I didn't. What happened was, and right after they built the canal, they went to war. And when they went to war, some ships were actually stranded right there in the Suez Canal, and I have a list of them right here. It was Great Britain. They had 4 ships. Germany had 2. Sweden had 2. Poland, I put Polish, probably a Freudian slip. Poland had 2 ships. France had 1. Bulgaria had 1. Czechoslovakia had 1. And of course, we were there. But it's crazy that when the war ended between Egypt and Israel, when the war ended, only 2 ships, I think they were the German ships, survived the 8 years being stranded there. I mean, you're looking at weather, wear and tear, the war itself. and only one ship was sank by a stray missile, which just so happened to be the American ship that was sunk in that area. But it's an interesting watch. It's only about a good 6 or 7 minutes long. If I remember to do it, I'll post a link in the description box where I found that video. It's actually a pretty good, just a good informational video that talks about the canal. And like, say, for instance, I dug this up, the fact that, let's see if I can zoom in on that. There it is. The Suez Canal is an artificial sea level waterway in Egypt, connecting the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea through the isthmus of Suez. I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly. Anyway, it goes Suez, and dividing Africa and Asia. It's constructed by the Suez Canal Company between 1859 and 1869. It officially opened on 17 November 1869. And these are the lengths and measurements and everything like that. But the barge, from what they say, the barge itself is longer than the canal is wide. As you can see when you saw that image of the ship being wedged in there, you can see that you can see right there that it's actually wedged in there. It's wedged in there really good. So remember, early last year, around this time last year, we had an extreme surplus of oil. Now remember, let me see if anyone remembers this video that I came across.
Conference with on oil. U.S. crude futures today went below zero, went into negative territory.
Went negative.
Yeah.
Like interest rates, they go negative.
Does that make you want to see Saudi Arabia and Russia and OPEC Plus do more
Well,
to
it's very
reduce
short
supply?
term. Much of it has to do with short sellers. Much of it has to do, if you look a month into the future, I think it's at $25 or $28 a barrel. So a lot of people got caught. They got caught, and there are a lot of people that are not too happy because they got caught. So if you take a look at it, you'll see it's more of a financial thing than an oil situation. But because you take, I believe, in a month or so, in other words, go a little bit out, it's at $25 and $28 a barrel. So it's low.
Now, for those of you guys out there who doubt this person right here, I'm not going to say his name, you're doubting the wrong person. Because what did he just reveal there? Now, if you remember correctly, in January, something happened regarding short sales with Wall Street. I know everyone knows what I'm talking about. A certain game place, they did the exact same thing, shorting. This is how most of the millionaires out there get their millions, their multi-millions, because of insider trading, inside knowledge. But I'm just a lowly beat cop. I don't know anything else about this stock and market and all this other stuff. Anyway, it go. I brought that video up for a reason, because we had an extreme surplus of oil, and it was one of those things where it's like, okay, what happened to it? If we have a surplus, well, I mean, we should be good. The price should remain down. Be expecting the price of oil to climb rapidly. And they're going to use this as a reason why the price of oil is going up. But again, I asked, it's like they started the hashtag, what's in the containers, Joe? Open those containers. Let's see what's causing all of that weight. Why is it so heavy? I guarantee you that the books don't match the paperwork. Let's just open that up and see. Donald Trump said several times that we have no place to put to store the oil. If I remember correctly, I remember him saying that they were paying him. It was almost like they were getting paid to take oil from them, because they went so far into the negative. They made money on purchasing oil. But we created our own oil independence because we had the pipelines open. We had So many jobs was created and everything, but all of that is ending now. I wonder why. I mean, why would you reverse everything that's good for your country? It's a good question to ask, huh? Why would you do that? Now, here's something here I thought was very strange. The White House instructs Fed agencies to say Biden-Harris administrations, reports say. Now, why would they do that? Because normally the administrations are named after the leader of the administration, which would be the president. And in this case, it would be the Biden administration because he's the head guy. He put everyone in place, so it would be his administration. In this situation right here, they are training you to accept the fact that the vice president is going to take over. The 25th Amendment is going to be implemented.
Best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're ready to get a lot done. Best way to get something.
Yeah, I pulled this off of Officer Tatum, one of the other channels that I follow. A fellow officer, of course, I'm going to support him in all of his endeavors. As soon as the book comes out, I'm definitely going to get one. But this is the guy who's representing us, and yet he can't walk up a simple flight of stairs, nor can he finish a sentence. And in that speech, I did watch a piece of it. I didn't watch all of it because I couldn't stomach it. He talks about how the Second Amendment, pretty much the Second Amendment is going to get taken away. That's his goal. His goal is to take away the Second Amendment. Why? Because they want control. And in order to get control, they have to disarm you. And how do they disarm you? Real easy. Yeah, he said he inherited a growing economy and the unemployment rate was low. The economy was on an upward spiral. He won because of racism, which is 150 million% incorrect. It was incorrect. Everything he just said was incorrect. And he didn't win on racism. I mean, racism was in the subject matter. It's because they were putting it on him. They accused him of being a racist. Now, if you walk down a line and each person, a line of 100 people, and each person told you that the sky is actually purple, before you get to the end, in the back of your mind, you're going to think, well, maybe the sky is purple. He didn't become a racist until after he won that primary. When they saw that he was serious about the election, he became a racist, according to the media. Now, I don't live with him. Never grew up around him. I can't answer for anything what some people would say that was in his circle. But for as far as I can see, no, he's not. And this is Amy Siskind. This is one of her tweets. The shooter was taken into custody. In other words, it was almost certainly a white man. Again, if he were black or brown, he would be dead. Now, look at what she just said. They are instigating racism. She is instigating racism, but then she tries to retract. Let's mourn the victims, but not glorify the killer with the intention of having his name widely known. Now, she didn't want to say his name because these people, these actors, were told an incident was going to happen and prepared to tweet. And they tweeted out prematurely before they discovered what really happened and who done it. Now I'm going to play a video also, just as we get through all of this. I want you to see how, quote unquote, set up the scene was. It didn't appear real. Okay, now this is your vice president's niece. Okay, let me get to the original one. Here it is. The Atlanta shooting was not even a week ago. Violent white men are the greatest threat, the greatest terroristic threat to our country. Now, if I were a white man, I would actually feel very, very discriminated against. The pressure now is on white men, not because of them being accused of racism. It's because it's reverse racism now. They're trying to say white men are in trouble. White man is causing this. White man is causing that. Well, they're going to cause some type of animosity between white men and white America, which is going to, you have the wrong person hears this information. They're going to take out their anger on the next white man that they see. Cut dry, plain and simple. That's what's going to happen, because not everyone's smart enough to disseminate between, okay, this is some media rhetoric, or is this true? No, it's not true. It's not true. We're all equal on this earth. But they are instigating this separation. Why? Because they need us separated. They do not want us to be together. Why? Because we are stronger together. They don't want that. Then she retracts. I deleted a previous tweet about the suspect in Boulder shooting. I made an assumption based on his being taken into custody alive and the fact that the majority of mass shootings in the U.S. are carried out by white men. Nah, she's incorrect about that, but at the same time, she had to clean it up. And see, this is some of the stuff that was taken off of his Facebook page, the shooter. He said that there was more than one shooter at the Christchurch mosque, and that they were the victims of an entire Islamic industry that vilified them. Then all of a sudden he has some nice words to say about the former president. Now, this is going on all throughout Twitter, that people are actually retracting their statements because they assume that the shooter was going to be white. And I think they probably screwed up and read from the wrong playbook. This is from the Islamic playbook for foreign terrorists. This wasn't for the domestic terrorism. See, they were on the domestic terrorism page when they should have. They were on the foreign terrorism page when they should have been on the domestic terrorism page. Anyway, go. Wrong guy. Okay, people, check this out. I want you to check this video out right here and let me know if you think this was orchestrated or not.
911 here now. We're at King Soopers in South Boulder, Table Mesa. We've got injured parties on the ground. 911 now, people. We don't know if there's a shooter.
Now he is using his phone to record the incident, and these two old gentlemen right here are just lollygagging right there in front of the door, which is an exit, or you can go out the back, but you still have an exit or entry and exit. You don't know how many suspects are actually on the scene. Now, knowing that you have an active shooter, you don't know how many people are involved. You're just lollygagging right here in front of the door, and you are saying that there's a shooter in the building. And these two old gentlemen, they need a head start. All right, I'm not saying that they're spring chickens, but they don't look like they can actually run a 40 in 40 seconds. Okay?
Active shooter somewhere.
Then watch
Could
this
be
guy.
in the store.
Watch this guy.
Yeah, he went in there.
He went in the store.
Right down there.
Oh my God. Guys, we got people down inside King Supers. Look, there's, holy shit.
Now tell me that didn't sound orchestrated to you. You think it was a legitimate video, or you think it was bullshit? Let's see. We're getting it. I see all the people. It was straight BS. These are some of the shootings that occurred in Colorado. Leave that up just for a second. In Colorado alone, there were over the past 157 years, there were 17 shootings and 255 people killed. I think this is the second page to that. Yeah. This is the second page, the bottom half of it. But I have a little bit of irony for you here. It's ironic that the person who has the most shootings is right here. Yeah, and under former president, that music festival had a shooting, but we believe that was a cover up. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Look at this. Look how many people died. Look how many people were injured. Why? Because they are really taking our slingshots away. They really want to take our slingshots away. But that's enough of that for today. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I got a second video. I have a second video that I'm going to do later on today, dealing with, I hadn't figured, one subject is, I'm going to introduce a couple of segments I'm going to do. Of course, everyone knows, if you watch any of my other videos, I have my cuffed and uncuffed, but I have two other segments that I'm going to introduce, and each one of them is going to be a weekly segment. That's two more, and then I have one more after that. So it's going to be a total of 4 segments. I may increase it to 5 and try to do videos every day of the week instead of on the weekends, and show you those segments on each day. But other than that, until then, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments at the bottom. I'm getting better. I'm getting quicker. Getting quicker with it, and I'm formulating a script, a screenplay, not a screenplay, but a script. Whenever I do my shows, I need to follow a script because I'm driving myself crazy trying to organize myself a little bit better than what I'm doing as far as all of these files. Man, I have so many files. As a matter of fact, my memory on my computer is pretty much jam-packed, just like on my phone. Everything is jam-packed. I'm going to wait a little while longer before I start dropping way more nuggets because I don't want to sacrifice my site or my page with strikes or anything like that. And unless I have people listening. If I have people listening and it's God's telling me to say it, I'm going to say it. But right now, I need to get my numbers up. So, hey, just share it and have some of your friends subscribe to it, even if they don't listen to it. Have them subscribe, check me out, tell me what you think. And until the next video, peace.